Are you ready to figure out if you're a clairsensitive? So these are a couple of my major signs that I can kind of figure out if someone is a clairsensitive or not. Usually not all the signs show up very quickly, but it's one of those, they will show up over time, and a lot of times we're so used to it that we don't even think about it as like a clairsensitive, or it could be a psychic gift or ability. I know. So let's start with all 10 fingers up, and as I go through these, any one of these that apply to you, make sure you put your finger down. Okay, so let's start with, do you feel the emotions of others? And like I said, this is one that a lot of people have, but a lot of people don't realize that they really have this one. And so if you feel the emotions of others, and a lot of times this can be very subtle. So it's one of those, you may even have to like come back and watch this video again, because you'll be like, okay, I didn't think I was, but now I am, definitely. Do you take your time when you are with new people to kind of open up and kind of let them see your personality? This is a number 2 of, are you a clairsensitive? Because so many times we have to kind of get to know their energy. We kind of have to be able to trust their energy before we can kind of open up to who we really are. Do you amplify all the energy around you? If everybody's happy, you're the happiest. If everybody's sad, you're the saddest. Is that you? I guarantee you there's so many people like this. It's like, oh yeah, that's number 3. Number 4, are you feeling drained when you're around people that have like negative energy, those negative Nellies that kind of like, this is never good, or this is always bad, and you're just like, that's number 4. This is just like, oh my gosh, people like this, kind of not necessarily energy vampires, but I guarantee you people that have really negative energy. Do strangers ask you for advice? This is number 5. Because I guarantee you, I get asked all the time when I'm out and about, what do you think about this? Or my husband did this, what do you think? And I'm just like, lady, I don't even know you. I don't know you, don't know your husband or anything else, but I get asked crazy questions like this all the time. Number 6 is, do kids or animals come up and just be around you? This is something that I have happened so many different times, so many different places. I will literally have people's kids in their grocery cart yelling like, come get me, and I'm just like, okay. And the parent will be like, they don't like strangers, they don't like anybody, and I'm like, I know, but I have really good energy, and so your kid is like preferring to be around me. I know it's kind of like, okay, yeah, that's a strange one. That's number 6. Is your intuition usually correct? And I will say, like, is it like 95% correct? Because there are people that have like a great intuition. They'll feel things, or kind of like get in that energy a little bit, and their intuition will be correct majority of the time, like maybe 50 or 60% of the time. But literally, if your intuition is correct about 95% of the time, you are probably a clairsensitive. That's number 7. Number 8, I will tell you, do you feel like the weather affects everything that you do? If it's sunshiny outside, are you happy and joyful? If it's raining, do you feel sad, or maybe a little depressed? The weather around us really can affect us, and it's usually the ions in the energy field around us that can really affect us more than anything else. And I think this is one of those like, Number 8 is basically, are you feeling spirits around you? When you walk into a place that's kind of older, maybe, not necessarily like 100 years old, even if it's like 50 or 60 years old, are you walking into a space where you kind of feel like, oh my gosh, I'm being overwhelmed by the energy here? Are you being overwhelmed with like someone else's sadness, and you're like, but no one around me is sad, or anything else? That's the energy spirits around the building or the complex that you're at, or whatever else. And so that can really affect us more than anything else. Number 9 is, do you listen to other people's energy and not really their words? This is one that I do quite a lot, especially when I'm dealing with my friends and my family. A lot of times they'll be telling me their words, like, this person said this at work, and that person said this at work, and this person did this. But I'm really listening to the energy, and a lot of times I'm getting is, they got something I didn't, so I'm jealous. They got pat on the back from the boss and I should have gotten it. Or someone said that they looked really nice and I looked really nice and no one said anything to me. So it's almost like I can feel the energy in their words. And a lot of times, like, they can feel like totally overwhelmed, totally kind of like energetic, kind of like, I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go with this, but you'll feel the energy of like everything and everyone around you. Number 10 is if you are feeling the subtle changes in a room. And I will tell you, these are usually like you're in a room, you've been in the room for a while, like a meeting or a conference or something like that. And then all of a sudden the energy shifts and you're like, okay, something just happened. Okay, what happened? And I can usually kind of pick out that person like, oh, they must have gotten a bad text, or they should have heard something from somebody and they didn't hear it. And I will tell you, those subtle instances of energy shifts means that you are a clairsensitive. Now, I will tell you, if you got at least like 7 out of 10 of these, you are totally a clairsensitive. And I guarantee you probably have the others, but you may not be as aware of them as you think you should be. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.